This is the Big O Show. 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 This is the Big O Show.
When presenting an award to an employee, athlete, executive, or fantasy GM, make sure you call Orvieto's Awards and More. For 35 years, these custom award specialists have been providing plaques, trophies, custom framing, while providing state-of-the-art laser and computerized engraving, UV printing, and glass crystal etching. They do all their engraving and printing in-house for quality control. Call Charles at 305-949-8098 or visit them at orvietosawards.com. Orvieto's Awards and More, where recognition is rewarding.
It starts every morning before the sun comes up. Projects are laid out. Plans are made. Equipment is fueled and loaded with inventory to handle all service requests. Orders are given to an army of skilled landscape maintenance professionals, certified arbor trimmers, irrigation technicians, and licensed pest management experts who fan out to communities and businesses all over South Florida. Experienced, on time, and dependable. Our staff is fully trained, licensed, and insured. Contact us by phone, email, social media, or through our website to answer all your landscape questions. We are Cutter's Edge. Total Landscape Solutions.
We're celebrating a new year with new savings at Toyota of Hollywood, the official #1 volume Toyota dealer. Save big on a 24 Corolla, not $24,000, $17,988. Buy with 0% financing, 0 down. We're bringing you deals that strike fast and hard at the #1 volume Toyota dealer, Toyota of Hollywood, on 441 between Hollywood Boulevard and Sheridan Street. Open till midnight.
After 40 years, the Big Cheese Miami is still producing great Italian food. They started in 1984. Since then, they've been winning awards while being voted the best inexpensive Italian restaurant in Miami. Visit them for great food, amazing service. Witness the decades of Cane's memories. The walls are like a Miami Hurricanes Hall of Fame. The Big Cheese delivers anything on its menu or party platter menu to your home, office, or even a park for a picnic. Located at 8080 Southwest 67th Avenue, Miami. Call 305-662-6855. TheBigCheeseMiami.com, where they serve large portions at family prices.
When it comes to your smile, confidence is so important. At Moody S Dental, they provide the services to get your smile back. This family-run practice prides itself by offering the latest technology to give your family the best experience possible. Moody S Dental has been in business for over 30 years with offices in Hialeah and Plantation. They accept most major dental insurances. They provide free new patient exams, 20% off select treatments. To qualify, please follow us on Instagram at moodys.dental. Moody S Dental has been in business for over 30 years. To schedule an appointment in Hialeah, call 305-821-0231 and Plantation 954-692-6825. From Invisaligns, dental implants, same-day crowns, and the preventative care and preservation to get your smile back. Go to moodysdental.com to find out more and tell them Big O sent you.
Welcome to Caneswear. New store, new items, same great experience. Family owned and operated since 2010, Caneswear has the latest merchandise from the Miami Hurricanes, Miami Dolphins, Florida Panthers, Inter Miami CF, and more. Come visit us at our store in Davie on University Drive, just south of 595, or online at caneswear.com. Caneswear, the spot Miami fans shop.
Hi, this is Jeff Welt from Welt and Rayom. Dan and I have been in business together for over 22 years. We're not your typical lawyers. When Dan's not working in the office, he's flying his stunt plane. When I'm not in the office, I'm either getting tattooed, bowling, riding a motorcycle, or going to concerts. We might not be your typical attorneys, but we are aggressive attorneys, and we'll do whatever it takes to get you what you deserve. Consultations are always free. Call us anytime, 24/7.
Welt and Rayom can help.
There's just one place where you could drive a new Acura ZDX for only $239 a month. The Customer Appreciation Sale at Acura of Pembroke Pines. Thank you for making us #1.
If you're looking to take your home or business to the next level, then RM Contractors and Custom Drywall can assist you. RM specializes in new residential turnkey, new commercial turnkey, home and office remodeling. Call them for free estimates. Serving all of South Florida, licensed and insured. Call Ray or Mike, 305-345-3649. You work hard to create the perfect atmosphere. You dream it, we'll build it. RM Contractors and Custom Drywall, 305-345-3649 or Instagram at RMC Fisher Island.
The Crypto Bro Show is solely for entertainment purposes. Orlando Elzagari and his guests are not financial advisors or investments consultants. If you ever plan to invest, make sure you do your homework. Talk to a professional and understand investing is very risky and volatile. Good luck in any of your investments and only invest what you're willing to lose.
I encourage people to buy and hold. I encourage them to say Bitcoin for their retirement, for their future. And that's because as the Congress spends trillions and trillions of dollars and is flooding our economy and the world economy with US dollars, there's no way that we cannot debase the value of the US dollars.
Time to log into the blockchain and find out what's the latest in Bitcoin and crypto in our Crypto Bro Show. Crypto Bro. This segment brought to you by RM Contractors and Custom Drywall. Take your home or business to the next level with RM Contractors and Custom Drywall. Call Ray or Mike at 305-345-3649. You dream it, they'll build it. See their fantastic work on Instagram at RMC Fisher Island. Crypto Bros. Here's the Crypto Bro himself, Orlando Elzagari.
Mrs. Lummis, she is so correct. She is so correct. And I got to tell you where we got it wrong. And it's one of those things where you get a little bit hopeful. And I've been having some fun with some of you in this audience that has been a little bit more, even more hopeful than I've been, right? Because watching the new administration take over, we know they're completely pro Bitcoin, pro crypto, pro blockchain compared to the last administration. So I'm expecting progress. Some of you were expecting lightning progress. And one of the things that's in the title, it says timing Bitcoin and crypto markets is difficult. And someone's making it harder. And so that's kind of what we're going to talk about. Mrs. Lummis was talking about that, how it doesn't matter what president is in office, they're devaluing our dollar, and that's why Bitcoin is the option. But we're going to talk about the good, the bad, the ugly, and the blessings today, because through it all, see, it doesn't matter what we're going through. If we're going through Biden stuff and chokehold 2.0, or if it's the FTX collapse, or Three Arrows Capital, or Celsius, or just the tsunami of negativity that we've gone through, at least personally for me, that now I'm heading into my 6th year of this. So I've completed 5. So I can't talk about the people that have been at it for 10, 15 years, but at least the hell that I've been through in the last 5, and I've seen it all. From there, there's always a bright spot, because 5 years ago, 6 years, now about 6, 7 years ago, Bitcoin was at $7,000. Nowadays, it can move $7,000, $8,000, $9,000 easily in a day. You know what it used to be in total? Now it moves like that at any time, up or down. And we really don't flinch. You know what I mean? That's why it's interesting to see where the fear and greed index is. And I always say that the fear and greed index is led by the lettuce hands. It's really not led by the investors, because I didn't panic when Bitcoin was at 16,000 like a lot of you didn't panic. We just bought. So that's what we do. We know that it's going to continue to climb, because that's exactly what it's done for 16 years now. But here's where I got it wrong. And I thought we would start climbing a little bit more here by February because of Trump, because of the bullishness of the administration taking over. And we've had our pump, but it's really, okay, decent pump, but it's nothing like we were kind of expecting. And remember, like I've told you before, we're waiting for regulations. There's no doubt we're waiting for regulations. But the problem is, baby, we're dealing with OT because of QT. And I think we were expecting, at least I was, the quantitative easing, the QE. But the quantitative tightening is still going on right now. So until the quantitative tightening completely ends, I know they're starting to print some, but not really like what they really want, like what we're waiting for. And this is why all of this is kind of a blessing, because it's going to buy you more time right now. And it's, the alts have taken just a beating. And so whatever alt you love, you believe in, that company, that blockchain, they've all taken a beating right now. And you've got plenty of people telling, oh, it's dead and it's not going to happen. And this is your opportunity. The blood is in the streets. Not that I'm a financial advisor by any stretch. But that's where I think this becomes a blessing for you. You have more time to accumulate Bitcoin. When the quantitative easing starts, that the M2 money supply will go through the roof. They're already printing around the world. But what is the dollar that is all over the world more than any? The US one. So when they start printing, everybody gets it. And when they start, as Mrs. Lummis just said, because she knows it, and I'll add a little caveat, but I'm going to play it one more time.
I encourage people to buy and hold. I encourage them to save Bitcoin for their retirement, for their future. And that's because as the Congress spends trillions and trillions of dollars and is flooding our economy and the world economy with US dollars, there's no way that we cannot debase the value of the US dollars.
There's no way we cannot debase. Now, again, drop the politics, okay? Red or blue, we don't care here. This is about green, okay? This is about, not just Caspa green, but I'm talking about, this is about Bitcoin and other things flying. They're about to come out with a budget, a package out. The Republicans are putting it together. I can guarantee you, I can put everything on it, that they're going to raise the debt ceiling. $4, $5, $6 trillion, something. How do you think they're going to pay for all these things that all these immigrants that they're picking up all over the country. That takes a lot of money, dude. Detention centers, all that kind of stuff. They're cutting, obviously, all over the place, but they won't be able to cut enough because they're going to try to improve the military. They want to do all kinds of stuff. You know what I mean? Is he really going to build in Gaza? Well, that's going to take more military. You were going to build a dome over the United States? That's going to take more money. I mean, there's a lot of things that they're talking about. And folks, they got to turn on the printers. They're going to have to turn on the printers. That's what's going to end up happening. And it's going to come out. And eventually they'll fight over that, but they'll raise the debt ceiling because they always raise the debt ceiling. They did it 3 times under Biden. They did it 4 times under Trump. So they've done it 7 times in the last 8 years. That's the printer. That's what we're waiting for. So that's buying us time to load up on whatever it is. If you love your Sui, if you love your Pendle, if you love your Chainlink, if you love your Avalanche, if you love your Caspa, if you love your Bitcoin, this gives you an opportunity. My God, Ethereum is under 3,000. It's, you've got plenty of opportunities, whatever it is that you love. If you're into any silly meme coin, I'm not a meme coin guy, but whatever it is you believe in, okay? You did the homework, it's your money, it's your decisions, all those kind of things. But what I do believe is it's actually our frustrations have to be considered a blessing, because now this buys me, personally for me, more time to load up on Caspa. And I was a late bird on the Caspa thing. I got in at 11 cents. So now all this stuff here in the 8 cent area, I got some in the high 7. This last week has been a blessing. And if Caspa wants to stay down, I'm good with that, dude. I'm fine with that. So whatever it is that you feel you need to load up on, oh man, Chainlink is down to, what is it, like $17 or something like that? What's Chainlink at? Let me just look at the market here on the side. It's at 1826. It is down 25% in the last week. That's a gift. That's a gift staring you right in the damn face. Sui's down 23%. Toncoin is down nearly 22%. Hedera's down 22%. So whatever you believe in, I'm just going through some of the top ones here. And whatever it is that you believe in, you got a break. You got a gift. If you feel all of these things are gonna bounce back, Mantle is a hell of a company. It's down 12%, in the last week. There you go. There's 12% that you've been handed. Unless it's going to go down a little bit more, then you keep buying. To me, that's what we're talking about now. We're talking about an opportunity to stack the sats, which is what you should be doing first and foremost, okay? Because none of us have enough of that. And then whatever else that you happen to love. That, to me, is the blessing here, because once quantitative tightening ends and they have sold all their financial assets and everything, they stop reinvesting and everything matures and it's gone, and then they start the easing and they start the printing, it's going to be too late, because then that's when things will start to skyrocket. Everything. Bitcoin dominance is at 60% right now, almost 61%. And it just continues to climb. And that's because smart people put their money in Bitcoin. That's where you should be. That should be the major part of your portfolio, should be Bitcoin. And that's what you have to see right now. You have to say, okay, well, this is an opportunity for me. If I don't have enough of this, if I don't have enough Bitcoin, I need to keep stacking the Bitcoin. Okay? That, to me, is the key thing here, is being able to stack those sats. And we have the Trump effect. That's the other thing that has affected everything going on. Tariffs. He threw out the tariffs 2 weeks ago, and the whole weekend, the crypto market tanked, and on Monday he saved the stock market by saying, no, we're good. And so a bunch of people with lettuce hands dropped. You and I, that's when I got Caspa at the high 7s. It didn't drop this week to the high 7s. It's dropped to the 8s, but hey, I'm scooping it up. I'm good. I'm fine. I got Pendle down around 270 something, 280. Where's Pendle right now? I freaking love Pendle. And the funny part is that while it's weak, the market, Pendle actually bounced from where it was. It's at 303 right now from where I got it. And let me see where it was here. Yeah. So I was able to take advantage in the 280s. And so now I'm still in the profits. But if it comes back down in the 280s, 270s, because if you look at the last year for Pendle, when it hits the I got in, my initial is at 134, so I'm way ahead. But I've noticed that when it has its dip in the last year, it's had a couple. It's usually the floors are on the 270, 280 mark. So I was able to get in the 280, and I was like, okay, let me take advantage right now, get a little more Pendle. You know, the market cap for Pendle is only 498 million, so it's $500 million. This thing's going to go to several. But I'm just, I'm a nobody, so just saying. But this is, to me, I don't flinch here. I don't worry about any of the other stuff that's going on. I know they will turn on the printers. Cynthia Lummis knows they will turn on the printers. They will have no choice. In order to pay for everything that they want to do, they will have to print more money. And then that's when assets are going to fly. By the way, it's interesting because a lot of people go to gold, and gold is it's manipulated in so many ways that it's kind of sad. And you're at such a disadvantage to Bitcoin by holding gold for so many reasons. But Bitcoin News put out a report, kind of interesting. I want you to check it out.
Yo, something big is going down on Wall Street that could shake the entire financial system to its core. To put it simply, the London markets are running out of gold. Since November, there's been a gold rush, with the physical metal being pulled out of London and being stored in New York, where the physical inventory has risen by 88%. Supposedly, traders are trying to get ahead of potential tariffs by Trump. The result, massive bottlenecks. Withdrawals from the Bank of England used to take just a couple of days to get your gold. Now they're saying 4 to 8 weeks. Why? Because they leased out more gold than they actually have. This isn't just a delay, it's a default in slow motion. The paper gold market is collapsing. Every bar in those vaults has hundreds of claims on it. Investors want to get their gold, but they're realizing it's not even there. The giveaway, the gold borrowing fee has tripled in a matter of hours. This is red warning signs that there is a severe shortage. This all comes as central banks have never been buying more gold. For the last 3 years in a row, they've added over 1,000 tons of gold to their inventories. Why? Because the Russia-Ukraine conflict proved that treasuries are no longer a neutral reserve asset. What happens when the whole world realizes that it's been conned on gold? They flee into Bitcoin. It's the only neutral reserve asset that cannot be printed out of thin air and is verified on chain every 10 minutes. The sovereign debt crisis spreads and the paper markets implode. Bitcoin is the escape hatch.
And if you haven't figured that out, ladies and gentlemen, there's a lot of us that can't help you. You know, what are you going to do? Carry around your gold? You're going to move from state to state? You're going to carry around your gold? Good luck with that. You also have to pay a bank, somebody, to hold your gold every month. Do you ever have to do that with Bitcoin? Do you have to carry it around, or is it like 12 words in your head? Pretty interesting, huh? Do you pay anybody to hold your Bitcoin? Yeah, actually, it's just 12 words in your head. There's no maintenance. There's no property taxes. Nothing. Just sits there. and gains more value than anything else in the world faster. Your car devalues, your house gains, but not as much as Bitcoin. Your business gains, not as much as Bitcoin. Unless it's MicroStrategy, of course. Then you're at 150%. But that's a whole different ballgame. Most of us will never do that. But my point is that it's interesting that you can buy some assets that will grow, diamonds, gold, whatever, but they're not going to grow nearly as fast as Bitcoin. And to store it, it's going to cost you to store all that stuff. You're going to have to put it in a safe. You're going to have to be worried about gold. It just, and like he just spoke, gold has been watered down. People, they say they own this much gold, but they own it in papers. They don't really know if they have the gold. And that's the problem. You know, a lot of countries over the last couple of years have taken, we used to hold their gold in our reserves, and they've taken back their gold, and they're all buying and they're all storing it on their own and all that, because things are going the other way when it comes to fiat currencies. And it doesn't matter if it's the German mark, it doesn't matter if it's the ruble, it doesn't matter if it's the peso, it doesn't matter if it's the dollar. They're all getting devalued. And you're even your government officials are openly admitting it. And why do you think Cynthia Lummis told us that? Because she's also part of the meetings for the new budget coming. And remember, 63% of the taxes collected every month from all of us goes just to pay the interest on our debt. 63%. That means there's 37% for those of you that are not very good at math to pay for everything else. Schools, military, Social Security, you name it, everything. Everything. You think the 37% covers that? Of course not. They've got to turn on the printers. You're not going to be able to drill enough to save your ass. You know, you can talk about it, but you're still going to have to print it. And that's why you cannot give in right now. You have waited this long. So because of QT, we're in OT. So we're in a little overtime right now. That's fine. All right. It's all good. We got to go to double overtime. We'll hang in there, but they're about to turn on the printers. They have no choice. That's why the feds did not lower the rates anymore at this point, because you don't want to risk, you know, things getting completely out of control. And he knows what's coming also. Powell knows they're going to have to print. Powell knows they're going to have to raise the debt ceiling. And it's bad overall for our economy. They have no choice. Democrats, Republicans, we're so deep in the hole, they have no choice. So I'm not going to blame them for that, because they've all contributed to this problem. But for those of us that invest, that's the green light. And that's when you stop buying. That's when you stop buying. Not now. You don't sell now. You buy now. You stay strong. You hang in there. You want to know why you stay strong? I'm going to give you a reason why you want to stay strong the entire time. Here's why you want to stay strong. Because while the lettuce hands sell, look who's buying. Check this out. There's your graph, baby. Those are just the ETFs, ladies and gentlemen. Okay? Those are the ETFs. They're stacking. They've got over 1,176,000 Bitcoin. 934. I should throw in 934, right? Because I don't even have one. So let me throw in 934. They have over $112 billion worth, almost $113 billion worth of Bitcoin. This is not countries, this is not cities, this is not corporations, this is not you and me. This is just ETFs. They continue to stack. They're stacking more than is being mined every day. Do not forget that. Do not forget that. Okay? By the way, if you want to make a donation to the show, Cash App or Venmo at Cash Big O Show. That is Cash Big O Show, Cash App or Venmo. You can use those QR codes. You can also make a Bitcoin or Ethereum donation. As always, you can send in your questions, comments, insults, all kinds of stuff. And you can also make a donation through PayPal, sending in your questions, comments, insults, all kinds of stuff. We do have the super chat, but YouTube likes to take away 30%. So we encourage Cash App, Venmo, or PayPal. Thank you as always. The future, it's here. It's developing like right in front of your face. Okay? And his name is Armstrong, and his business is Coinbase. Coinbase has a total of assets under management right now. They're up to $420 billion. So if anybody tells you that crypto is not real or whatever, they don't understand that our entire financial structure is being built right on the blockchain. Okay? Elon Musk is moving all the transactions for the government onto the blockchain. HBAR, he's using HBAR for a lot of that stuff. So we'll see if that transparency continues, because it would be refreshing. By the way, don't you laugh that one side is trying to find out what Elon's doing, but then they don't want to find out about all the stuff that they were doing that we all didn't know, and they were paying all kinds of crappy stuff. So it's just like, whatever. I get it. You want to find out what Elon's doing, but at the same time, he's also exposing a lot of the crap that they were spending. It's just funny watching both sides complain about each other, and all they do is hurt us in the end. But it's entertaining. But this is the future of banking right here. Things like Uphold, where you could get your Caspa and other coins. Actually, I love Polis. I get it there too. And you can get it on DeFi platforms also, obviously, and a little cheaper too. But, Uphold or Coinbase, Robinhood, this is the future of banking. This is why small to mid-level banks are going to disappear. Which sucks, because community banks are very important. They get to actually know the citizens of the community. They get to connect with them, know their businesses. When we start getting to the big banks, they don't go down to the grassroots level. Sad, but it's true. And that's what we're going to be left with, 5-6 banks in this country. The power banks are the ones that are going to be left. All the small to mid-level banks are going to absolutely disappear. And digital banks are going to rise. And Coinbase is going to have it all. From DeFi and derivatives and stocks and home loans and you name it, not just crypto. This is the future of banking. This is where we're going on average. Okay, a lot of things are going to change, and we've already been losing banks the last couple of years. Now the little ones are going to be eaten up by all the big ones. And then they're just going to end up disappearing. But ladies and gentlemen, meet the future of banking. And that's going to happen an absolute ton. We talk about printing coming. Okay. And so we have the Minneapolis chair, Neil Kashkari. And he's expecting rates to drop. The only thing is this whole 2% target stuff for me, I have a hard time believing that, but numbers have been manipulated to the point that Maybe they can rig it. I doubt it. I still think we're going to be in the 3s. That's going to be normal. I think we're going to be going back into the 4s eventually because we're going to be living with normal high inflation as we start getting into the early stages of hyperinflation, because that's where we're headed. As we continue to devalue and print, we will head into hyperinflation. Things will grow in value, but it's really not that they're growing in value. It's that the dollar is being devalued in the process. But here's the Fed telling you that the money printer will eventually start printing. Okay, here we go.
Policy uncertainty that I just mentioned. The other big question is, we've seen potentially residual seasonality in the inflation data in the first quarter of the last couple of years. Is that going to be repeated? Or if you look at the last 9 months of inflation data, it's very encouraging, but first quarter of 2024 was very hot. Is that hot period going to be repeated, or is that going to roll off? If that rolls off and the recent inflation data continues, then we should see rapid disinflation in the numbers in the first half of this year. And so that, for me, is setting aside the policy questions. That, for me, is what's of paramount importance right now, the first few inflation prints that we get.
So can you cut, Neil, if you get that inflation down where it needs to be, even with the uncertainty over policy?
It's a good question. I think we'll have to see where, what that uncertainty looks like. What's the range of the negotiation that's taking place? And obviously tariffs are hard because it's not simply what we do in America, it's how other countries respond and the back and forth. And so I think the tariff one is particularly difficult. I think the other pieces, tax policy, maybe we'll have more clarity on what the outlook looks like on taxes and revenues and spending, and that may give us more comfort. Ultimately, our job is maximum employment and stable prices. And if we see very good data on the inflation front while the labor market stays strong, then I think that would, for me, move me towards supporting easing further. I don't know why we'd have to keep rates where they were if we really saw.
Okay, so I expect it, but we also want to expect this. Unemployment rate is going to soar. The largest employer in the country is cutting jobs left and right. It's called the U.S. government. This is another reason why the feds will also respond to that. Okay? Not that it's a driving force to it, but it's going to contribute to it. And it must be done. They'll probably cut too much. That's kind of the way it goes, whatever. But we all have to agree that, oh my God, the government is way too massive. Way too massive. So it does have to be trimmed. Will they probably trim too much? Probably. Well, whatever. I mean, this is how it goes. Whatever, man. Americans decide every 4 years. We move on. We have to adjust. Whatever side takes over, we have to adjust. We have to compartmentalize. And we have to adjust to whatever Democratic policies are in place, whatever Republican policies are in place, because we're investors. So we have to adjust to what's going on, right? It's the same thing. Nothing changes. We still have to look at what they're doing and how they're going to go about it. What are they doing? They're buying. Eventually, they're setting all the groundwork, as the prior shows have told you this past week. They're setting the groundwork with the stable coins, right? They're getting legislation in place. They're going to name that Bitcoin reserve. They're going to put a budget out, all right? They're going to raise the debt ceiling, and then they're going to start printing money. They're going to buy Bitcoin. They're going to get the reserve going, and then it's too late. That's when your cousin, your friend, your boss, your coworker, all those people that tell you you're full of shit, all those people that tell you, oh yeah, Bitcoin's nothing, this, that, they're the ones that start buying then. Because Bank of America and Citibank and Chase and everybody's going to make it easy for them because they all got regulations, they all got rules, stable coins are in place, yada, yada, yada. Advertising will be everywhere. It'll be in their face. And all of a sudden, because they're all usually tools and they're all just, following like sheep, then the sheep will follow. But then it's too late. Then it's too late. Then you're buying it at a higher price, and you're not making the kind of profits that you and I are already in profits, because we bought Bitcoin at 16 and at 26 and at 36 and at 46 and at 56 and at 76 and at 86 and at 96, by the way. I don't know. What do you want me to tell you? But your cousin, your friend will be buying it at 125 and 150, and then they've got to wait till 300 to turn it over. Not you. Not if you bought it at 50. Not if you bought it at 40. Not if you bought it at 70. See what I'm saying? So now's the time. If you love Ondo like I do, well, then what the hell are you waiting for? If you love H-bar, don't wait till H-bar is over $1. And then oh, wait a minute, this H-bar thing might go to $2 or $3. Okay, you bought it at $1. Good for you. You're going to double it at $2. Did you buy it at 22 cents when we told you? Did you buy it at 50 cents? Did you buy it when it, where is it now? Where is Ondo at? Where is good old Ondo? Ondo's at $1.34 right now. Okay, down 6% in the last week. It actually has held pretty strong overall compared to others. Okay, Aave, which Trump has, is down 24%, 24.5%. Why does Trump have wrapped Bitcoin? I get Aave, I get Chainlink, I get Ethereum. Wrapped Bitcoin? I never got that one. It's not really what you want to own. Not a financial advisor, but got to be up with something there, right? It's got to be transacting for something. I know you took off a bunch of it off the exchange, but wow, it's weird. Wrapped Bitcoin. How is gold manipulated? Well, because you own it in papers, and they have oversold it to people, and it's not sitting there in the reserves that they tell you that they have it, unless you literally have the gold in your hand. Okay, that's the only way it's not manipulated in your physical presence. But the price could be also manipulated because maybe there isn't as much gold as they say there is. And that becomes a problem, because they're telling you there's all this gold, and then not everybody has it, because when you just heard the guy, instead of taking days or a week to get you your gold, now it's taking weeks and months. So what are they doing? Buying it off the market to then get it to you because they didn't have it in the first place. So, yeah. And again, you have to pay somebody to hold your gold. You know, it's just, what are you going to do? Carry it around with you? It just, yeah, it just doesn't work out. Really doesn't work out. It's not a positive effect for you. By the way, you want some great news? Here's more amazing news that is developing and why we must stay strong. Okay. Let me get this thingamajig out of your face. But we've got a brand new bill. This is a Strategic Bitcoin Reserve Act of Maryland. Okay. Now it's in the House now, and it's establishing the Maryland Bitcoin Reserve to serve as a reserve asset for the state through the investment of Bitcoin, and the authorizing the state treasurer to invest the funds obtained by the state through the enforcement of certain gambling violations in Bitcoin. By the way, this was brought by a Democrat. That's pretty strong. Okay? Pretty damn strong. Democrat brought that to the table. Okay? That's pretty awesome. Caitlin Young is her name. So a Democratic delegate. And this is the same thing that that Lummis has in her plan. So they're copying it. The states are going to have it. Eventually, it only makes sense. The country will have it. Don't wait till it all takes off. Okay, especially for you newbies out there. Not that I'm a financial advisor by any stretch whatsoever. Let me see what we got here on the chat board. I see J-Town, another good day to DCA. I think we're going to have a little while here. We're buying ourselves a little time to continue to DCA and collect your favorites. TJ Superman is in the house, no doubt. Quantum Vortex, politicians can't help but spend tax dollars. Amen. Amen. Arostano, hoping for the usual dip Sunday in order to add. You got it. EJD saying go Chainlink, go H-Bar. Damn right. Love both. Big time. Should I sell my Shiba and buy Caspa? Oh, God, yes. Yes. Listen, you do your own homework, okay? But yes, definitely. I would completely divest out of Shiba and go all into Caspa. Yes, definitely, dude. And right now, the dip it's in, it's a beautiful thing. So, yes, I would. RS3, thank you, sir, for supporting us. Please hit the like button. I predict 3 rate cuts this year. They already said they will do the first rate cut by June. And I think that's where we're kind of headed over the next couple of months. They get all this stuff going. And, maybe April, May, June, we start seeing like everything really easing up and they start printing and it starts going crazy. Yeah, I could see something like that, Eros. Yeah, no doubt. And No Doubt says SoFi is waiting for regulations to get back into crypto. Coinbase and SoFi should merge. Yeah. Let's see. His company is on ETH, so wrap Bitcoin is the only way they can deposit it. I know, but I just buy Bitcoin, bro. Just buy Bitcoin. Cheapest Ondo I bought was at 21 cents. There you go, J-Town. Nice job. Jamie Zoria in. I hope everybody's having a great weekend. Remember to smash the like button. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Big O, what is your conservative and optimistic Caspa prediction? $1 to $3 in this bull run. $1 to $3 in this bull run is my conservative prediction for Caspa. I'm an enormous Caspa guy. But I also realize that that Caspa is still in its early stages. But I love that it has the purity of Bitcoin. And I really believe that Caspa will end up becoming currency in the world. Bitcoin is not really made to be currency. It's made to be a store value. It's made to be gold. And how people have labeled Caspa to be the silver, I think it's pretty accurate, to be quite honest. It's finite. It's proof of work. It's at another level proof of work. When they finish the crescendo, it'll have 10 blocks per second, 6,000 times faster than Bitcoin. They're going to have a layer 2 on it. They'll build businesses on it, DeFi, smart contracts. All of that is coming. But it's in its early stages. So it's about vision right now. So you've got to believe that that's what it is. But Trump took it as donations. Mara, the biggest Bitcoin mining facility in the world, mines Bitcoin. And only one other proof of work, Caspa. They openly tell you they mine the Caspa, they sell the Caspa to buy Bitcoin too. But I'm sure they're keeping some of the Caspa. So something's brewing. I think a lot of the people in the know about Caspa and know exactly the potential of it. And they know it's a quiet Bitcoin and a low. It's like the poor man's Bitcoin, but they know it's incredible value. And I think they're all hodling it because the biggest exchanges have not, listed it yet. Remember, Caspa doesn't do what the others do. Outside of Bitcoin or Caspa, they don't buy their way onto these exchanges. You got to add them, and that's it. You buy and sell. They don't. Most of these coins, they buy their way onto exchanges. They give them hundreds of thousands and millions of coins for free. So they can, so all that pre-mined bullshit that goes on with everything else that didn't go on with Bitcoin, that didn't go on with Caspa. You want to sell it, you got to buy it. That's just the way it goes. So they wait for their dips, they buy them cheap, they DCA, and then when they have a good value, then they can sell it and then obviously sell it at a profit. So that's what's going on. I believe there's going to be an all of a sudden move, and people are going to find out about Caspa, and it's going to go crazy, and you're going to see businesses accept it and all that. But that's down the line. That's why I think it's a 1 to 3 right now, and then in our next cycle over the next 4 years, then that's when we start going, $4 to $15 and stuff like that. But I think it's a long-term hold. If just like Bitcoin, if I'm a Caspa guy, I'm not thinking about getting out right away. Do I want to sell a little bit maybe at the end of the bull run if it does go to $2 or $3? Yeah, I got to sell some to get some profits, dude. I'm a broke ass, hardworking fool. So yeah, I got to sell some, but I'm gonna definitely hold on to, to most of it. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I'll take some profits along the way. But I love Caspa. Absolutely love Caspa. So there you go. By the way, R&M Contractors and Custom Drywall, we love Ray and Mike. Thanks to them, proud sponsors. And if you're looking here in South Florida to waterproof your terrace, your balcony, flood test report, impact windows, door restorations, complete remodel, call my guys at 305-345-3649. That's 305-345-3649 for R&M Contractors and Custom Drywall. All right. What else do we have here? What platform can you buy Caspa? Uphold. Uphold has it. All right. Go to Uphold. That's where you can get it. Really good exchange. A friend of mine turned me on to that one, and I was actually surprised. H-bar in this bull run, I had it at $1. I think it goes over $2 to $3 now. Yeah. Easy in this bull run, I think it goes over $2 to $3. H-bar. I really do. Not a financial advisor by any stretch, but I just think the use caseage is through the roof, and now that the government's going to use it, feds were going to use it for their FedNow payments. I think people are going to understand the Hashgraph. See, that's the thing about about blockchains. And I'm not an expert in that sense, but what we're learning now is the Caspa blockchain, the what's it called now? The DAG something now that I'm brain farting. It allows it, instead of the regular proof of work for Bitcoin, that it's one row and one block has to be solved before the next one. This one kind of opens up and a block DAG, right? And it allows it to have multiple blocks running through at the same time, and you don't have to wait for one block to be solved before you solve the next block, which sometimes you have delays, 5, 7, 8, 10, 40 minutes in between a block. That never happens with Caspa. So Hashgraph, which is I can remember the H-bar one. The Hashgraph is a different type of blockchain and much faster also on top of all of that. So these are the things that we're all learning about. Cardano is a faster version of Ethereum. It's as technology develops, then we find out. That's why a lot of people think that the creator for Caspa might be the same creator for Bitcoin, because it's an improved Bitcoin. It's a much faster Bitcoin. It has the same safety and security features, and it's just as safe and all of that. And it's not hacked and all that. Same thing, same technology in that sense, except it's actually a lot faster. And by the way, the smart contracts and all that other stuff can be done right on the same blockchain too, where you don't need a layer 2, which is completely different with Bitcoin. So yeah, this is something that we're all learning too along the way as the technology develops and evolves. What else do we have here? What exchanges? Yeah, well, I think it's going to be Binance that's going to list Caspa first, because that wallet, that number 5 wallet, seems like it's a Binance wallet with the amount of Caspa that they are buying, So I'm going to go, it could be OKX, but I don't put OKX at the level of Coinbase, Binance, and Crypto.com. Those are the 3 that once Caspa goes on those, it's going to get jacked. That's the other thing. We all want to wait for the money printer to start, which will jack everything up. And as Bitcoin moves, you see Caspa move. Bitcoin and Caspa move at the same time. So that we know. But once they also add the Coinbase, Crypto.com, and Binance, that's when, oh Lordy, that's when it's going to get out of control. You know what I'm saying? So that's why you've got to stay strong and take advantage of this situation, because that's exactly what it is. It's an opportunity. Like I like to say on the show, volatility is opportunity. And while Trump is kind of, delaying the process a little bit, his tariff threats, as long as you don't fall for it, it's not really hurting us. It's helping us, because it's scaring the lettuce hands, and it's dropping prices, and it's allowing us to get some stuff that's a little cheaper. I like Neutron. I bought a little extra Neutron, bought it as low as 17 cents now. So I'm happy that I was able to, and then Pendle, which my price was at 134, but I noticed over the last year that the 270, 280 range was the bottom, and I got it in the 280s this past week, and I loaded up on some, and now it's slightly up. I love Pendle. I love Caspa, love Bitcoin. So I'm just going to keep stacking. Solana hit 180 this week. Great opportunity for people that don't have a lot of Solana. There you go. And you can stake it on Tangent. You can get, 6.5%, 7%. So you make your money work for you, even in a bear market, even when we're going sideways. If you're staking, your money is working for you. If you're staking your Cardano, if you're staking your Solana, it's working for you. If you're staking your Ethereum, okay, Ethereum people, you're frustrated, right? Well, listen, if you're staking it, it's still working for you. You're still producing, which is incredibly important. Let's see, what else do we have here? Big O, I know you get asked all the time, but can you list your top 10 altcoins? Sure. Of course I can. I'll give you my top 10. Again, I am not a financial advisor by any stretch, any form, any way, any shape, nothing. You guys need a financial advisor, please go seek it. I'm just a dude that loves crypto, okay? Says it in the disclaimer, but I like repeating it anyways, because, we have a tendency of just making sure, we want to make sure we tell people where we stand. All right, Ethereum for sure. I don't care what people tell me about Ethereum. There's too much on Ethereum, and the Trumps are all over Ethereum. So, that adds all to it right there. It's not about liking or disliking the Trumps. It's about investing, okay? Solana for sure. For sure, Caspa, Hedera, Avalanche, Chainlink, Immutable X, Pendle, Cardano, and XRP. Those would be my 10. Okay. I will tell you, I love Jasmine and I love Polis, Star Atlas. But those are completely different plays. And we're way up on Jasmine already because I gave it to everybody on our show at 33,000th of a penny. And so we've been way up on it for a while, but I love its long-term potential. Okay. So, but that's a whole different ballgame. I'm not going to put those in my top 10. I have others that I'm invested in, but I gave you. Oh, you know what? I got to put Ondo in there. I forgot about that. Sorry. Ondo is definitely in my top 10. So I gave you my 11 or whatever, but definitely Ondo. God, I forgot about Ondo. Yes, love Ondo. So yeah, I'm in like 20-something coins, but Ondo definitely would be in my top 10. Love freaking Ondo. Yes. So there you go. What else? I'm checking in for that first time. I'm glad you're doing this show. I'm still holding ETH for dear life. Make sure you're staking it, Chris. Make sure you're staking it, my brother. So at least it's working for you and you're duplicating. You're making more ETH. While you're waiting, you're lowering your overall price. So make sure you stake it. And somewhere. Exodus has a place to stake it, I'm sure. Maybe Coinbase, Trust Wallet, all those kind of places you want to check. Make sure you stake your ETH so you can also have it working for you at the same time. Why do I love Neutron? Because that's where all the money in the DeFi is going to be from Cosmos. And that's kind of why I divested out of Cosmos and more into Neutron. The market cap is a joke. You're going to be able to multiply that thing. At least that's my opinion. But that's where all the staking, that's where all the DeFi, smart contracts, all the money is going to go through Neutron on that platform. So when it takes off, and Neutron has a lot of good businesses on it, where Neutron screwed up was, and I was a Neutron guy, a Neutron holder, but I divested out of Neutron and went into, out of Cosmos and divested into Neutron. Why? Neutron doesn't force you to use the Neutron coin all throughout their blockchain, where you do use Cardano, where you do use Solana, where you're using Caspa. You know, whatever you're buying on Caspa, you're using Caspa. That's how it should be. So that was a problem that Cosmos did. And that's why I said, well, I'm going to go where the money is. And when I look at the market cap, what is the market cap of Neutron? By the way, do your own homework. Let's see. Neutron. This is the beauty of it. Let's see. By the way, the total supply out is 999 million. The total is 1 billion. So the entire supply is also out. That's what I love. Market cap is 59.9 million. So there you go. Let me see. I can show it to you right here. Let me add Neutron here since you asked. There you go. We're on a little pump right now, but I love it, man. I've been buying it. I bought a hell of a lot more expensive, and all this whole drop and everything, I've just been able to lower my price, and I just think it has a ton of potential. And because of the small market cap, I'm willing to take the gamble, you know? And that's what you want to find. You want to find some small market caps because those are the ones that you're going to turn over many, many times over. You're going to X them a whole bunch of times. So I'm living and dying with it. and I'll go and ride. I'll ride the Neutron the Neutron wagon. That's my thing. Cash App or Venmo at Cash Big O Show. That is Cash Big O Show. Cash App or Venmo. Ray, thank you, sir, for the love on Venmo. He says, I'm hoping that this dip continues sideways, very similar like last year, so we can load up as much as we can, just like the whales, before it goes up. And amen to that, man. Amen to that. That's exactly the way I look at it. This gives us an opportunity to load up, and that's why I'm telling you, before the QT is over and the QE starts, the quantitative tightening stops, and the quantitative easing starts before they come out with their budget plan, which I guarantee you will require them raising the debt ceiling. Trump wanted to raise the debt ceiling right at the end of Biden's run here. He tried to sneak it in there and he couldn't. So he'll get it on this one now because it's very expensive what they're doing. They have to print money. They have no choice. So when they start printing money, risk assets are going to fly. Whatever you own, ladies and gentlemen, if you own NVIDIA or you own Apple or you own Bitcoin or you own gold or you own, risk assets are going to fly because everybody, the rich people, that's what they do. They're anticipating more inflation and all that kind of stuff. So they put their money into assets so they can protect their money. Their value goes up. They have more money in return instead of keeping it in the bank, because then the money devalues and they buy less. So it's all a game that you and I cannot play, most of us at least, because we're not at that financial level. But we can take advantage of when it comes and when it happens, because then whatever we can invest in and we can afford in, then those investments that we make are going to skyrocket. It's a beautiful thing, man. It's a beautiful thing. Big O, what do you think of Injective? I love Injective. I gave everybody Injective at like $1.23 or something like that. It shot to like 40 something, $50. It's gone back down now to we made a shitload of money on Injective, and I sold more than half of my bag of Injective. I still have some Injective. I have loaded up some in the process. Let me bring up Injective Protocol. Injective Protocol right now is actually at an absolutely fantastic value at $13.62. Okay. Let me show it to you right there. I love Injective Protocol. Market cap of $1.3 billion. When we give it to you all time, where was it? Right about, where was it? Right around here. Let's see, down here somewhere. Right about here. Yeah, right around here somewhere is where we gave it to you. Right around in this area here. In 22, it was where we gave you Injective Protocol. And then it shot up all the way up here, and we were able to unload. And then I've been able to load up again on some of it, and I stake it. Example, right now on Exodus, you can stake Injective Protocol. Let me give you the exact staking right now and what value you're getting on your staking. 10.9%, dog. So for a couple of years, it's sitting there and it's getting 10.9% while we've been going sideways or down. After I sold my bag, I left that bag in there. And then since it's been under, I believe 19, I have bought several times and I've bought. And then I just stack it there. So I love Injective Protocol. Now, do I think it's going to go to like the $100 or something? No, but I think it's got a chance to get back to $50. So that way I can make money on my older bag and my newer bag. So yeah, that's kind of where it's at. Again, not a financial advisor, but I do love Injective Protocol. Remember, you can make a donation, Cash App, Venmo, or PayPal. You can use the QR codes, Cash App, Venmo, or PayPal. What cold wallet do you recommend? Tangem, TANGEM.com. Very easy to use, very, very friendly, very user friendly, and especially for newbies. So yes, I would get a Tangem wallet. That would be good. What else you have here? Do you have a ballpark prediction when this current cycle ends? I don't because I don't believe Bitcoin will ever end anymore. It's finite, bro. We're done. We're done with retail controlling Bitcoin. So retail would capitulate and sell. These people that are buying Bitcoin now, these are billionaires. These are millionaires. Think about it, doggy. Bitcoin's at 100,000 now. Who the hell has 100,000 loose? Now, no, I got liquid 100,000 in the bank. I can just go buy a Bitcoin. They've priced everybody out. They've priced all of us out. Everybody that's in the middle class, everybody that's in the poor class, lower class, homeless, we're all out. Nobody has $100,000 liquid. So you're not buying a Bitcoin anymore. And it's about to go, there's going to be a violent shot up to 200, 250, 300,000. People are going to freak out. And then not even a millionaire will be able to afford a Bitcoin, because somebody that has $1 million or $2 million, they don't have 250 liquid in the bank. They won't be able to afford it. I don't believe there's no more violent dips anymore. Will we have a 15, 20% correction? Sure. Retail people like us, after it goes way up, will be selling it, and then the rich people are going to be scooping it all up. Those days are done. We're in a super cycle for Bitcoin. I truly believe that. States, countries, corporations, financial institutions are all buying it, and they hodl. You think you hodl? You think I hodl? They hodl. They hodl for generations, baby. We're going into a Bitcoin super cycle. Will altcoins crash is the question. Hells to the yeah. All the altcoins won't run like it did in the past. It'll be, as I told you in the prior shows, I think in the last show we were talking about a selective altcoin run. You can listen to some of the prior shows if you want. Please hit the like button, share, help us grow the channel, help us grow this show on the channel. So yeah, we're going to have a crash on the alt side. I don't know which ones, but yeah, we'll have a crash. Some will correct strongly. Some will have minor corrections. I think it all depends. HBAR, I don't think is going to have this massive correction because the government's using HBAR. I don't think Ethereum's going to have these massive corrections. It'll have some corrections, but if the rich people are buying Ethereum, then yeah, no. I'm going to go with the rich people. You know how we get to follow Pelosi and all these other Congress people and Senate people that the guy that created the app, that 45 days later, unfortunately, we find out about all the stocks that these people invested in and how they're soaring and they're up and they're super rich and all that crap. Well, the beauty of the blockchain is we get to see live what Trump Liberty is buying. How much is Michael Saylor doing? What's Fidelity adding? Who's putting a Solana ETF? All these things are going to skyrocket everything. Solana, Ethereum ETFs. It's ridiculous. An XRP ETF. That's all going to juice the hell out of the market. Now, when do you get out? That question can only be answered by you, because all of us are in different financial situations. Some of us are hurting more than others. Some of us are more comfortable than others. So you don't know. You can never tell somebody when they have to get out. They have to decide that on their own. They might get out earlier than you. They might have a little more guts and wait a little longer than you. And some may wait too long and miss out on their opportunity. It's really hard. Never believe people that can really tell you when they top or bottom the market. You could guess. Some of us will get it right sometimes, and most of the time we're going to get it wrong. That's why dollar cost average is the best. It never fails. Let me see, what else do you have here? You have to risk it for the biscuit. I was going to ask you about Ondo and Neutron. Love them both. Love them both. I know Neutron's a little bit more of a gamble than Ondo. Ondo for me is not much of a gamble at all. BlackRock is the players that are behind Ondo is stupid. It's stupid. Okay. So once I knew that BlackRock was behind it, it's like Injective. Once I knew Mark Cuban was behind it, I got in at $1.20 something, whatever, and I made crazy money on it. You know, thank God. Awesome. Got like 2,000% returns on it. Awesome. Thank you. You know, that's kind of the way I look at it. If I'm going to follow people that are way smarter than I am, I'm not smart. So let me follow people that are actually smart. You know, that to me is the way to go. Roland St. Louis. Thank you, sir, for the love on Venmo. Thanks for keeping us strong in the bear market, bro. Thank you, sir, for supporting the show. That's very nice of you. Appreciate you. I do my shows, but I won't do like in the middle of the bear market. I'm not every day going to walk you off the ledge because like if I have to, then you're not really an investor. But I did constantly on my regular show and all that kind of kept people, hey, relax, take it easy, man. Everything's like right now, the volatility, right now, the people that are panicking. I'm like, why are you panicking, dude? We have the most pro-crypto administration in the history of mankind. We couldn't have asked for more. We had the anti-crypto administration for 4 years. They just went through a hearing this week where they embarrassed that evil person, Elizabeth Warren, because she had to admit that they were doing wrong shit. Of course she did. She's dirty. Because she makes a living completely off the banks. That's the ones that fund her damn campaign. Everybody's dirty, dude. Everybody's dirty. And now the pro administration, they all own Bitcoin, so they're all going to do pro-Bitcoin rules. Conflict of interest. Do I care? No. For 4 years, I got tortured by administration. If for the next 4 years, if these people are going to be pro-Bitcoin, hey, well, then fine, man. I lost just like a bunch of you in the last 4 years. We went through hell with Gensler going after everybody and making it brutal. So what? We're Americans, dude. Or wherever you're at in the world, we deserve a damn break. We all work very hard for our money. And so we had an administration that was completely against us, and I don't care about the administration. Now we've got one that's completely for us, and I don't care about either administration. I care about you. I care about me. I hope we end up on top. I know they're all going to end up on top. Doesn't matter. They will always end up on top. But not us. We're the ones that hurt. And that's why stay strong. Stay strong. They're going to open up the printers. They're going to get things going. They have no choice. And as for Bitcoin, I think we're headed to a monster super cycle. I really do. I think it's going to just rip faces what's going to happen. And I don't think people really realize what's coming in the crypto market, to be quite honest. And especially with Bitcoin because of its finite nature. So it'll be interesting. And if you stay strong, you're going to be the ones that end up enjoying it. So keep stacking those sats, baby.
The Crypto Bro Show is brought to you by RM Contractors and Custom Drywall. From complete makeovers for homes or condos to impact windows and doors to drywall with level 5 finish. Call Ray or Mike at RM Contractors and Custom Drywall. 305-345-3649. You dream it, they'll build it. See their exceptional work on Instagram at RMC Fisher Island.
Crypto Crypto Bros.
Follow Big O for more crypto insight on X or Twitter at Big O Show.